Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. I'm Jad Dizon and I am specialist with IM Team, a cybersecurity company located here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In this web series, we will look into the need for role-based access control or RBAC, as well as implementing the solution. So role-based access control is when a user is granted a role which gives them access to a specific resource. These roles will be defined by your job description, responsibility within the organization, and your authority. So let's look at an example here. We'll look into ACME Corporation. ACME has an identity access management solution that is in place for years. They have a centralized provisioning workflow and policies. They are able to quickly onboard new hires as well as off-board employees that leave the company. Provisioning of accounts is done through the assignment of roles. However, they have not spent a lot of time in role design. So they pretty much create a new role whenever a new system is onboarded in the IAM solution or whenever a new job function project is defined by the business. Oftentimes, roles are created with very minimal consultation with the business. As a result, they have hundreds of roles with similar names and overlapping purposes. A recent audit at ACME revealed that they have these following risks: excessive access given to users and segregation of duty violations. Unfortunately, the situation at ACME exists in real-world organizations. It is often caused by help desk analysts getting confused on which roles to assign users with. Role definitions are created on demand with very little consideration of role design. IT defines and creates these roles with having no knowledge on the business. To solve this problem, we take on the enterprise role methodology. We plan, we discover, we define, and we certify. For this episode, we will be defining the possible role candidates for our organization, ACME Corp. As you can see in the previous demonstration, we analyzed the relationships between the permissions and the users through the partitions that IGI has provided us with. Now that we have a better understanding between the relationship and the users, we can go on to the next activity, which is role mining. We're going to choose the best user coverage because we want to focus on the users and their entitlements. And there you go. So now if we look closer into the role mining, we can see here that our solution has populated 5 different role candidates for this organization. Now we can see role 1 has this section covered. Role 3 would have this specific section and the users, and role 2 would have this section covered. So within your organization, you must have a business analyst or an employee with the same responsibilities to find these roles because they have a better understanding of these roles than the IT department does, for example. So for this example, we're going to be using role number 2 because these sets of users does not have the risk indicator on. So within role number 2, you can see these are the sets of entitlements, the application, and the users that are found. So we're going to create this role within our solution. I'll be naming this role as the research role. As you can see, this indicator here would determine if it has been created within our solution. And there you go. So if we look into the solution itself, so this is the research role, and within that research role, we have the 5 defined roles within a role mining activity. And this concludes the definition of the role candidates in this web series. So now we can move on to the next step and avoid future excessive entitlement risks through provisioning this role with a new user. So thank you everyone. I'm Jad Dizon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.